Hello, my name is Dave Scott, and I'm the CEO and founder of Laughly. Now, before we get started, I just want to ask the audience one quick question. How many of you guys are fans of stand-up comedy? There we go. Charles, I know you are. Amy Schumer, maybe? I don't know. Well, I got to say, you're not alone. In fact, 1 out of every 3 adults, or about 91 million people in the United States, have declared themselves stand-up comedy fans. Not only that, but over 50 million tickets were sold alone in the United States to comedy clubs just last year. Sirius Satellite Radio, which actually has 5 streaming comedy channels, although you got to listen to it on your car, actually considers it the number 1 category behind Howard Stern. Yes, Howard Stern is a category. Not only that, but take a look at Kevin Hart. He's breaking records. His last album sold more albums than Rihanna. His last tour was the number 2 highest tour behind Taylor Swift. Louis C.K. and Amy Schumer have also broken similar records. Now, here's the problem. Here's the reason why I'm here. 30 years ago, people used to buy comedy albums. You used to go into Tower Records and pick up George Carlin, Cheech and Chong, Steve Martin, Eddie Murphy, and used to buy them. In fact, 1 out of every 5 albums sold was a comedy album. But here's what happened, though. People stopped buying albums. They started downloading them. People stopped downloading albums. They started streaming it. The problem was that comedy didn't go along with it. And so now, only 10% of all available catalogs are even available on streaming, representing less than 1% of the market. Introducing Laughly, the very first of its kind, on-demand streaming audio platform built on amazing technology. Did he say amazing technology? I did say amazing technology. Let me tell you why. So we have an amazing set of developers. We have 2 Columbia grads, 1 MIT, 1 Penn, 1 Cornell. We have an amazing team, ex-Microsoft, ex-Google. And we've built this on spoken word technology. So to give you an example, we have IP based around something called speech to text. We actually translate every single joke into text for a couple of reasons. 1, profanity filtering. We can profanity filter on the fly. Second, we can actually build playlists based on the context of the joke, not just the title of the joke. So ladies and gentlemen, if you actually want to create a playlist on just Trump jokes, we got you. Now, we also created great business transactions. We've actually signed deals with every single major record label in America to actually bring on 600 stand-up comedians from Kevin Hart to Louis C.K. We built a great team, but also a more experienced board. Ex-Comedy Central, ex-RDO, ex-Pandora, ex-Funny or Die. And not only that, but we created a great profitable business model. This is the business model Spotify wished they had. It's ad-supported. It's subscription-supported. But not only that, it's a 60-40 split of rev share with no minimums, no advances, and no guarantees. So we launched August 11th, and man, we've had a really great ride. We've had over 70,000 downloads worldwide in the first 30 days, and we've done no marketing. Well, I lied a little bit. We did a small, tiny marketing test. But when we did that, we were actually able to acquire customers for under 50 cents per install. But look at this, though. Our daily retention rates, 53% greater than the average for our category. Our weekly, 75% greater than the average for our category. And if you take a look at our engagement, it's really blown us away. 48 minutes per session per active user. 15 active sessions per week. In the first month alone, we've consumed almost 2 million minutes of listening minutes. And not only that, but our demographics are also equally compelling. 72% male, average age 26, ranging from 18 to 34. And get this, they're actually watching it from 7 to 9 p.m. at night. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We're stealing Primetime. If I had a mic, this is where I'd drop it. Thank you very much. A little bit. Thank you. Thank you. Standing ovation would be nice.
Good job, Laughly. Judges, questions, comments?
Please.
What are the costs of content? One of the big issues in this space with Pandora, Spotify, et cetera, has been very high content acquisition costs. Are you seeing that in this channel, or are you seeing them much more apt to try new things?
Yeah, we're really not. So with music, it's an oligopoly. So 3 music labels have 90% of the music. With comedy, it's really much more fragmented, and they only actually control about 20%. So we've been able to do deals with no minimum guarantees, no floors, no advances. Those are the 3 things that are making Spotify and Pandora unprofitable today.
You talk a little bit about distribution at scale. I noticed you're building your own app and getting downloads. Do you assume that that's the way it'll always work, or do you distribute through other channels in the future?
Yeah, so the biggest problem with comedy today is distribution. So when we signed our deal with Comedy Central, they're like, thank God there's finally a distributor, because they don't have a Tower Records to work with anymore. So when the next Aziz Ansari album gets released, it gets ignored. And so we're providing that distribution mechanism for very, very important deals like that.
Long term, how many audio content subscriptions do you think consumers want? I mean, do you think ultimately there's room to have an Apple Music and or a Spotify and a Pandora plus a Laughly, or do you think longer term the business is really around the ad-supported streaming model?
Yeah, well, so first of all, for us to be able to create a $100 million business, we need about 3 million active subscribers. So it's a very, very healthy business. But I actually think that there's going to be two. There's going to be one for music streaming, and there's going to be one for spoken word. What's really nice about our technology is you can leverage it across other things other than comedy, like devotional, motivational, self-help, and it creates a really strong platform for spoken word in general, which is the long-term 10-year vision for the company.
All right, thank you, Laughly.
Thank you, gentlemen, lady.